Yeah. So today, as we joined, before we go in the topic of today's lecture, as we recall, let us have a small recap of last week's session. So last week it was handled by Mr. Surya sir on the topic of three magic words for the harmonious way of life. It was a very wonderful session with a nice presentation, starting with why the conflict comes, the need, quality, quantity, time, on those basis conflict, the reasons for the conflict he explained, and the three magic words do not command and demand. So the content was very well explained, and to get the peace and harmony, the practices to follow: tolerance, adjustment, sacrifice. So that also well explained with many examples, and it was a nice session. So I hope we all enjoyed. So today we are going to have a session on a topic. It is karma yoga. As we all know, this topic is very interesting, and it is a practical way of life which we can apply in our normal routine life. And many masters handle the session, so this will be a kind of refreshing session to all of us. Starting with this, on this earth, we say the earth is a wonderful treasure house for the living beings. So on this earth, there are millions of species of animals, animate and inanimate objects. Among this evolutionary process, man also evolved as a part of that journey. So in this wonderful journey, we are in this world to enjoy the treasures of nature and share the same with others also. Whatever living things, part of evolution. So the term karma yoga, this is one of the important and greatest principle evolved. If we apply this properly in our daily life, we can come out of our fear, depression, painful memories from the mind. Basically, it is a scientific, it has the scientific base. Whatever the current generation looks for explanation, without science, they don't believe. So this karma yoga is one of the way with the fund of scientific base. That's why it is acceptable to all the people in all the countries at all times, you can say. That's why Maharshi called this as a world common religion, as a practice to follow. So when we say man as a human share this planet with all living creatures, correct? So but the other living things enjoys the nature, consumes with their skills. They don't change the resources as it is, they enjoy. But man has the potential to transform the natural resources. So he follows the art of changing, converting, and making them useful for his life. So in this conversion, he should not harm or disturb the nature, the harmony to be maintained. So that's why this art was given with the basics of this understanding, let us go little more detail. When you say the karma yoga, it has two words, correct? Karma is the action, you can say, deeds, actions, whatever way you understand. This is the yoga is a virtuous life. So it means it is a harmony between something. So let us go more detail in next slides. So complete karma yoga is a way of life where our body and mind are disciplined in all our actions. Whatever we do, it should be in a disciplined way. That should yield only good results. We should not harm others either physically or mentally, immediately or in the later stage. So that awareness should be there. So under this karma yoga, we are going to talk about what is the aim of this karma yoga, what is the principles coming under this, and finally at the end, what are the 10 principles falling under this karma yoga to follow by using our Kundalini yoga practices. Going further, the aim of karma yoga, if you say, these are the two things: achieving harmony, the other one is peace. Both are very useful in our life. So what is harmony? So it is a kind of cooperation, as it is mentioned, peace without misery on body, mind, body and life energy, and the individual unto the society, and the individual with the nature. So all these four, if you are able to maintain harmony, then the life will be peaceful. The two important aspects coming under karma yoga, before we go to that subject, what are the 5 characteristics was explained here. By following this karma yoga, what we can achieve: the receptivity, whatever you receive, so the capacity of getting those things, making it more clear to the mind, that capability is achieved by following karma yoga, because we understand the nature, the functions of nature in everywhere. So by knowing that knowledge, the receptivity comes in place. Same way, the perspicacity, analyzing deep in subject, the essence of divinity in all aspects. Also, the creativity. So adaptability is another capacity, and magnanimity, living with, adjusting with other people, and living in peace. So these are the 5 characteristics which we can gain by following the path of karma yoga. So in this aspect, if we go further, the karma yoga has 2 important aspects. The first one is, we can say, gratitude. How gratitude we are, and the constant awareness. These are the 2 major things coming under karma yoga. When we say gratitude, it is a kind of thankfulness, how we are grateful, and whatever we receive from the world, that we need to pay back as a duty. Maharshi says this due to the society, because man is not independent in this world. He is dependent on many things. So remembering this whatever the benefits we achieve from the society, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever benefits we receive, we have to repay them. So whenever opportunity arises, we have to show by doing our duty. So that is called gratitude. The second aspect is the awareness. Awareness in our own actions, one's own action, we can say, starting from thought, word, and deed. So when we say thought, word, and deed, the karma is the deed. But when it starts from the thought, when we start thinking about the consequences, then we cannot harm others, correct? So the every action, whatever we do, it is going to be imprinted. So based on that, the sinful imprints or the good or bad karma will be going to be recorded, going to be characteristics for our life. We all know the purpose of birth to clear all our imprints, correct? So we came to the world because of the imprints, Sanjita karma, and the purpose of our birth is to clear those imprints and get rid of this birth cycle. Among this journey, by following this karma yoga, in this slide it is written as a nishkamya karma. So nishkamya, in the sense, it is without attachment, having a detached attachment, doing the actions. Also, respecting the feelings of and needs of the others. That is one of the important aspect in nishkamya karma. And our own needs we can reduce because the consumption of one's own, if it increase, then it is also a difficulty to get rid of the birth cycles. Helping others and respecting one's own feelings and fulfilling their needs is coming under nishkamya karma. As I told, the principles of karma yoga, these are the two things. Among the animals, dog was picturized here to show the gratitude, because that one shows very close love and bondage with humans. Example to show us a gratitude. When we say the consequences, we should understand the law of nature everywhere, because the scientific terms in the current knowledge, for every action there is a equal and opposite reaction. So this is understood by all, acceptable by all also. Same way, it is the law of nature, which is there everywhere. When we start accept this law of nature, we call it as a fate or destiny. But realizing the consequences when we start doing our deeds, then it will be a clear ability. One, we can analyze and understand the others' needs and one's own needs and achieve them in a proper way without harming them. That is the constant awareness, we can say. In Bhakti, though the Karma Yoga has this basis, on the journey of yoga, the first Bhakti Marga was, Bhakti Yoga was in practice. That is on the basis of faith and love. You can show Bhakti on anything, Guru Bhakti, Desha Bhakti, or with person or with the material. So it is like that. A kind of surrender with Bhakti. That also has to be transformed slowly when we start practicing the path of yoga. The Karma Yoga is a very suitable, very practical way of thing which we can apply in a simple life which we are leading without any conflict. Why the conflict comes, as in last week's session also it was explained, the expectations from others, because the expectations are bound with four parameters, like the need, judgment of need, the judgment of quality, the judgment of quantity, and the time. So based on this, the expectations may vary between others. So we need to, there is always a difference between others' opinion and ours interest. But in a family, if a husband and wife has a different expectation, the harmony will not be there. So the disappointments, problems, and quarrels and miseries will come. The only way to come out of this expectation is practice this Karma Yoga. We can question ourselves what I am, who I am, where I am. So by this, how I can help others with respect to my age, my education, my knowledge, with my power, with my wealth, how I can help others, benefit to others. That is the thing. If we start questioning, then the conflict will clear, disappointments will not be there, expectations will be reduced. Let us continue further. This is another important thing falling under Karma Yoga, 5 duties. What a man can help the society if we want to perform a good or beneficial to the others. First of all, we should be fit to work, help others. So our physical health and mental wealth should be enough to handle, then only we can serve others. So this is one of the important subject in our practice. Maharshi used to stress all the time. Start with duty on self, yourself. Take care of your health, physical health, mental wealth. Then slowly spread this to family. Under family, you can say it is the parents, life partner, and the children. So all three, they are the natural connections by the divine. So after the family, the neighbors, you can say the brotherhood where you live, and the country where you live, and the whole world. So the duty can be expanded starting from self to the world. Maharshi started his journey. His ultimate aim was to achieve a world peace. So the world peace was his expectation, but he never neglect of his duties to the self as well as family. Whatever way he helped to the family, to the neighbors where he live, and he gave a wonderful practice of this Kundalini Yoga with all his life. The service he rendered throughout his journey is for the world peace only. So what is provided by the society? That we need to understand, because the natural justice is there, divine justice we can say, for everything. The cause and effect to be understood. Whatever we do, it has the proper effect. We should start think the divine state is filled everywhere. So it is the law of divine. When you do anything, whether good or bad, it is going to come up with the same effect. A sound is produced when you clap your hands, correct? So for every action, there is a reaction. When you consume your food, it get consumed and it will get changed into seven tadus, starting from juice up to the sexual vital fluid. Nothing is going to be performed by us. It all runs by the supreme power inside our body. So every action is its own result. So it can be either happiness or misery based on the way how we perform our actions. So we need to see the divineness manifest in each and every actions, the godliness, the order of function in the nature, how the nature governs the universe. So by understanding and realizing this is the basis of karma yoga. With this understanding, how we can benefit to the society with the duty consciousness, that is also important, because whatever you take a pinch of food on your hand, it is not only by you. It is from where it was produced and transported and become available at the shop. And once you start consuming, then these many people are there to get this pinch of food on your hand. So that whole cycle has to be recalled when we understand this duty consciousness. This is a very famous saying by our poet Thiruvalluvar. Dignified family accomplishes more than priestly orders. So doing a family life, having a family life, doing one's own duty is a great responsibility. So karma yoga is also a right path, we can say. Though there are many religions in the world, the only practice which unites everybody, following all the core philosophies of all the religions, karma yoga is one of the things which we can practice, which has the responsibility towards the others and to the society. It has a good practice to purify your mental as well as physical. So a good practice which helps to purify your mind and get rid of your soul imprints. Following gratitude, see the unity of world in every morsel of food. So that's what I was giving you the example. As the religions, the concept is understanding and having the awareness of God everywhere, the virtuous life, following morality, duty, and charity. That is the one of the life principle in our system, what we used to start with this knowledge. So one among the virtuous life, duty coming under. So that duty is performed by following this karma yoga. That's why we call it as a common religion. So what are the practices we are following in our system as a Kundalini yoga practice? Purification of mind. So these are the two practices required under this karma yoga. To purify one's own mind, one has to understand what is mind, how it works. So for that, there are many wonderful explanation is given, understanding with the biomagnetism, how this is produced from the static space, from the energy, action state, then the evaluation of all living things through the biomagnetism until the human creature. So with this knowledge, there are, though mind is there in all the human, how to handle this mind, that is another challenge. So meditation is one of the great technique which one can apply as a practice for the purification. The same way, whatever the deeds we do, our karmas, that can be purified by following the practice of introspection. There are, so introspection will not come on a same day. It has to be understood, applied. So we have different topics starting with analysis of thought, moralization of desire, neutralization of anger, eradication of worry. So all the human challenges are explained well by Maharishi in a simplified way as a practical which can be applied on our routine life. So under introspection. So to avoid miseries, one has to transform the bad qualities into a noble one. So the spiritual practices like meditation and introspection both helps a lot. And this practice of meditation makes the life under karma yoga easy to live peace, happiness, maintain the purity in thought, word, and deed. So this is another saying by poet Thiruvalluvar: observing your mind while praying, it assumes the shape of qualities of divine. So the perspicacity to judge good and bad enables one to identify a life full of virtues. So the definition of God is explained here: to know the qualities of divine. As we discussed earlier, the Kundalini Yoga practice explains the primordial state, the absolute space. We can say different names: the truth, ultimate truth, the eternal space, Brahman. Whatever way it is taught, this has to be understood. So this is the origin of each and everything. From there only our life begins, the journey begins. The ultimate aim of our human birth is to attain this knowledge, truth, by leading a clear, constant awareness, karma yogic practice that helps for our realization, the perfection, we can say, for the birth. Now, the 10 rules coming under karma yoga. So when we say we want to apply in our life, what to be followed. So Maharishi given a 10 step of karma yoga rules to follow. The first one is respecting the mother, father, guru, the ruler, and God. They are in sequence, the five. Giving respect to mother, because without mother, no one come to the world. And father, so the role of mother and father in a family, we all know. Without their nourishment and care, nobody existing in the world. Then followed by guru, the knowledge what we gain, the experience, it is to be taught from a guru, wherever it is, from whatever form, whoever it is. But the ultimate truth will be shown by a master only. And where we live, the ruler, that also to be respected. We should abide the rules of the local where we say. That is also one of the thing to be followed under Karma Yoga. Finally, at the end, God. So respecting God in the sense, the cause and effect, the law of divine nature, that has to be understood. The second one is the existence of divine realization. It is everywhere. The omnipresence and the oneness of divine in everything and everywhere has to be realized. And the third rule to follow under Karma Yoga is, with constant awareness, we should not hurt by thought, word, and deed to others. This is one of the important rule to follow. And the moderation on 5. These are in sequence. As a Sky member, we are used to have this knowledge starting from food, work, rest, and thought. So among these 5, everything is to be followed with a limit and method, measure and method, you can say. So this moderation will help to follow the path of Karma Yoga in a clear way. And the virtuous life, the next part is virtuous life, number 5. By following the qualities of morality, duty, and charity. These are the 3 things coming under. We all know the definitions, the morality, and the duty is the one which we are discussing, and charity is helping others, whatever way, physically and mentally. Whoever in need of this help, that we have to extend our support. And duty to the 5. Perform one's own duty to self, family, neighbors, country, and to the world. The number 7 is serving. It's a kind of service to the society. Having our spiritual knowledge, we have to spread our knowledge for the peace in society. So it is a kind of service, either spiritually, the way which humanity can be uplifted. So that's how the society can be uplifted for a betterment. So that is our responsibility. And the next rule is respecting all womanhood. So we all have the knowledge of greatness of women. In last 2 sessions before also, we have this topic covered. Without women, nobody is existing in the world. So the duty of divinity is given as a responsibility to womanhood in the world. So the sacrifice of women in every part of our life has to be respected. And this is one of the rule to be followed. Whatever our income, the 1% of our income to be spent on the welfare of others, because this is the due which is supposed to be spent. So minimum it can vary, but at least the 1% of our income can be utilized part of to the welfare of others is also one of the great rule which was told. Finally, for the purification of our soul, the practice of meditation and introspection both can be combinedly followed. So combining all together under this karma yoga, we can say, summarizing all, it is a virtuous life, easy to follow, a scientific method, having two basic concepts of gratitude and a constant awareness. These concepts are ideal, and we can say it is considered to all people as a common religion. By having this knowledge, one can lead a virtuous life and attain peace and harmony in the world. So with this knowledge, let us practice this karma yoga in our normal life, understand the divinity existence in each and every aspects of our life. That will be a ultimate thing which person need to follow. So with this, I conclude my session today. Thanks for the opportunity sharing this knowledge.